Hey guys, how do you enter the ancient Sun Temple at Modhera? Where is the main entrance? It is interesting that no one talks about this temple's design. It is a strange and unique layout. In most temples, the main entrance will be placed directly in front of the main chamber. But in this temple, there is a large tank filled with water constructed directly in the front. This is the main temple. It faces east, but how do you reach it? Do you have to swim through the tank and then enter it? Today, visitors use the south side to enter the temple, but in ancient times, Indians never entered any temple through the south direction. But apart from these three structures, there is a fourth ancient structure hiding in plain sight. Do you see this structure in this corner here? This was the original entrance of the temple 1,000 years ago. Ancient builders walked into the temple only through these two bell-shaped structures. And you can ask, Praveen, how can you be so sure that this was the ancient entrance? Because this is the only temple in India built precisely according to the ancient science of Vastu Shastra. This is the northeast corner, and according to ancient texts, the main entrance would have to be placed in the northeast corner, called Ishanya in Sanskrit. Ancient builders built these two bell-shaped posts, and if you lived 1,000 years ago, you would have walked between them to enter the temple. This entrance is the fourth structure, but there's also a fifth structure that no one talks about. An ancient Shiva shrine is placed in the north. Can you see it? No, actually it is covered by trees, but you can get a glimpse of it from this angle. There's a big secret hiding inside this Shiva shrine. There's an invisible Panchalingam no one knows about. What do I mean by invisible? The lingam is plainly visible, right? No, the Panchalingam is hiding underneath the flowers. Look, here's one lingam and here's another one. The base has multiple lingams hidden underneath the flowers. Nobody knows about this, and the Panchalingam is very rare. I've shown you only one Panchalingam before, and that too, it was in a remote hill in Cambodia. The word Pancha means five, and ancient builders built Panchalingams only in very few places, and Modhera Temple is one of them. Why 5 lingams? What is the meaning of the Panchalingam or 5 lingams? Is it possible that ancient builders carved the answer to this question in the temple itself? Here's a very strange carving. Can you tell me what it is? Unfortunately, it has seen over 1,000 years of erosion and corrosion. But let's bring it back to life and see what it means. In the center, you can see this circle. This is the head of a man. And I'm going to highlight this body first. This is a man floating in space upside down. Now, let me highlight this body. This is another man. He's also not touching the ground, but he's in the air. And here's the next man, kind of flopping on the ground. Remember, the head stays the same. The head is shared by all these bodies. The next one, again, is touching the earth, and the last one is hovering in mid-air. The head is shared between these 5 bodies, so it is a 1,000-year-old optical illusion. But there is a much deeper meaning hiding inside. These 5 bodies represent the 5 elements called Panchabhuta in Hinduism. Again, going clockwise, this represents space or void. this represents air, this is water, this is earth, and this is fire. And symbolism is everything. Look at how the earth and water are touching the ground. You will usually find earth and water at the ground level, while the air and fire are usually in mid-air. You can try to put a candle upside down, but the fire will always move up in the air. And space, this is a perfect symbol for space. He's somehow magically floating upside down, like today's astronauts, because they don't feel the gravity. This is a rare carving that symbolizes all this. It will usually be shown as a pentagram called Mrityunjaya Yantra. I've explained this in another video, which shows how your body is made of 5 elements and how you start from earth and also end back in the earth. Of course, when you think superficially, you can ask, what do you mean the body is made of water and air? But when you sit back and start thinking, it is common sense to understand your body is made of more than 70% water. And if you don't breathe air even for a few minutes, you will die. The concept of Panchabhuta or 5 elements is found around the world. For example, it's referred to as the classical elements by Greeks, and Japanese call it Godai. There are deeper meanings assigned to these elements. Your burning desires and motivation are assigned to fire, and your laziness and tolerance are assigned to earth. The last one, the space or void, is a spiritual element without which you will never find peace and real joy. But this carving has virtually remained a secret until now, right? Nobody has noticed that a rare carving of 5 elements exists in this temple. But how did I manage to find this carving and decode its meaning? Because I'm following the footsteps of ancient builders and recreating their practices. Let me explain. Now, look at the temple complex carefully, okay? This is the main shrine for worshipping the idol, and this is the temple tank for providing water. But what about this structure in the middle? It doesn't have any idols to worship. It's just an empty building. So, what is its purpose? This was originally called the Sabha Mandapa, meaning a place for group discussion. Today, visitors no longer use it for group discussion. I mean, what would they talk about, right? And where are all the PowerPoint slides for the seminar, right? The slides for the topic are right here, carved on these pillars. Every carving is a slide with a lot of information hidden inside. I just spoke about one slide in detail. But imagine how ancient people would have used this structure 1,000 years ago. Look carefully, you missed an important detail. You see these areas? These are ancient chairs, ancient seats, and there are 2 levels like an auditorium. You can sit at the top to observe the carvings in this level, or you can sit at the bottom level chairs if you want to see the carvings at the lower level. How did ancient Indians learn these huge epics like Ramayana? How did they manage to keep the ancient traditions going for so many centuries in spite of wars and natural calamities? Did everyone read all ancient texts and commit them to memory? No. What do you do today when you want to learn something? Do you go and buy a book? No, you search it on YouTube and watch that video, right? These carvings are the pictures and videos of ancient times. Visitors would gather here and sit around, look at these carvings and discuss amongst them. Even today, you can sit here, look at a carving and discuss it with 50 people seated all around you. And that's how I found this rare carving of the 5 elements. The 5th secret I want to show you is an unsolved mystery. I want you to solve it. On top of most pillars, you will see this figure. It is called Kichaka. It is a type of demon depicted as though it is carrying the weight of the ceiling. But when we go into the main shrine, look at this figure. It looks like just another Kichaka in the darkness, right? But no, let me shine some light on this. Can you see what's on his belly? Yes, a strange face staring into your eyes. It does not look human. It has a very sharp nose and has sharp features and looks very intense. It doesn't have 2 eyebrows. It has a unibrow stretching across its face. Why is it watching us from the top? Why was it carved in this dark place? What is the meaning of this carving? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I am Praveen Mohan. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.